are we?
What's up?
Hello.
Hey,
Fantastic.
absolutely
Fantastic.
wonderful. That is wonderful. This is episode 2. We are
Woo
already.
woo.
Can you believe it?
We
Yes.
survived.
We survived. Our listeners and our viewers survived. So I think that we are good to go. The rains have released and we are on our own. So
Yes.
yes. So
And thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We appreciate that. Make sure that you leave us a review, a comment, just so that we can
Subscribe.
connect. And yeah, episode 2.
episode 2. So today, what we thought we could, really reel you in with is our routines.
And it's Sunday, so it's perfect. It's aligned.
Absolutely. We're recording on a Sunday. You're going to hear this on a Tuesday, but that doesn't matter because routine is a daily thing and you got to have it.
Yep.
You really got to have it. And I'm a good one to talk because I was thinking about this and I'm glad that we really started to talk about this one because I was just sitting there thinking yesterday morning because, weekends are so different for me than the week. And I was just thinking like, do I even have a routine? And then I thought about it and I was like, yes, I get up, I take the dog out, I use the bathroom while he does his thing, and then I feed him, and then I get my energize, and I go sit on the couch and I look at TikToks for like 30 minutes. And then I get my workout
It's a
done.
routine.
and so that was my conclusion is that yes, I actually do have a routine now, whether it's fulfilling to my life or anything like that. That's yet to be determined. But I do have somewhat of a routine in the mornings.
Well, and I think everybody does. I think like you mentioned, I think the trick is that is your routine getting you to where you want to be? Because we all have goals, and some of us keep our goals up here. When if you're not watching us on YouTube, I'm kind of circling my head above my brain. But we keep them in our heads, in other words, and we don't really take them any further than that. And that's why whenever I come up or distinguish on things that I want to work with, I like to write them down because I feel like it solidifies them. Right. And so whenever you look at your habits or your daily actions, then you're like, oh crap, I have a routine that suits the comfort and content Jennifer, but the Jennifer that wants to be healthy and athletic and super productive at work and stress-free, yeah, that routine needs a lot of work, and I think that's a really good thing to think about is like if you have a routine and it's not aligned to what your goals are, then think about what that person would do and then create your habits off of that.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
For me, like my routine has definitely fluctuated. I had no routine like 3 years ago. And my main priorities at that time was I needed to lose weight. I didn't care what it took. I needed to lose the weight. So I started getting up early. I would drink my pre-workout and I'd get my movement in. And that was it. And I was good. And I lost a ton of weight because I wasn't doing shit before. So, but then, over time, you know, that served me so much. And then I started needed adding in more of the mental aspect versus physical. And then I started using journaling and reading, even just little affirmations every day, little things like that helped that then served me in that season that I was going through. And then fast forward to today, those mental cues and things that I have built in my routine have really stuck. My routine Monday through Friday, I don't always get my workout in because I'm not always feeling it because right now I need that mental help,
Mhm.
that personal mental help.
You need the mental
And
time, the space for
yeah,
your mental health. Yeah.
and I've even cut out reading because I felt that reading wasn't serving me because I'm not reading the right
Mhm.
things and I just can't focus at that time. So
Mhm.
I'm literally sitting down with my journal and an affirmation, and I spend 10 minutes, and it brings the calmness over me, and I can then start my day. I've
Right.
also started journaling a to-do list too. I guess you can call that
Mhm.
journaling as well, but like doing that first thing in the morning versus when I get to work.
Mhm.
Because then it's less of a, I tend to like freeze up when I get to work and then do everything else that I don't need to do, like,
Mhm.
scrolling TikTok or whatever. And, so having that list done ahead of time helps me when I finally get into the office and sit down. I'm like, okay, I pull out my notebook. This is what I need to do.
Mhm.
So
And
it's all about what's serving you right now.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
and even the fitness part of it, yeah, I want to get back into that because I need to. But like right now, my bandwidth is limited, and that's where it's at.
Right.
yeah,
And that's okay.
Hmm.
yeah. And I think you brought up you brought up a really good point, is that about cues. And um what I found is that, because I never thought about cues before, and I
Mhm.
think it was actually Sean T was like the first person that he's a fitness instructor, if you don't know, if you're living under a rock and you're unsure of who that is. Um
Insanity.
but he was mentioning, he has these cues set up to help him take the action that he's kind of dreading, right? And
Mhm.
so for me, it was like, I am a morning person, but I understand that some people are not,
Mhm.
but they have to, say, for example, get their workouts in the morning,
Mhm.
because by the time it's after work, you're tired, you have kid duty, you have to cook dinner, and just the list goes on and on. And
Hmm.
Right.
so your cue is like the night before I set out my workout clothes. And so my
Mhm.
cue for my workout actually starts the night before by setting out those workout clothes. Then in the
Mhm.
morning, I have a certain morning routine that allows me to wake up, but then my next cue is drinking my Energize,
Hmm.
probably jamming out to some music, or sitting down and journaling while I'm drinking my Energize. That way I
Mhm.
can hit play, because I know if I'm going to drink that, then in about 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to head out to the garage and push play.
Hmm.
So,
I was in the habit of journaling and reading about this time last year. And I did it, I did it consistently for a couple of months, and then my routine changed. And I just was like, this is not like Andrea was talking about the particular season of your life. And that wasn't it hasn't been my season for a while to be journaling and reading, but I'm sitting here thinking while you guys are talking, and it's not like I'm not listening to you, but I'm also externally thinking about me because it's all about me. And and I'm like, why don't you start doing that? Because you have so much time now. Or you can stop setting the clock so early and snooze 20 million times and then
yeah.
up.
Hmm.
So if I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock, I need to really utilize the time, because that's 3 hours before I have to be at my computer before work.
And you don't have a commute now because you work from home.
And
Right.
that three
Right.
hours goes by like that.
It
Okay. Like,
really
don't
does.
ask me because I'm the same. My alarm is set for 5, and somehow between 8:30 and 9 is when I roll into my office. So like, don't ask me what happens that I can't
Yeah.
get a workout in that time frame. Like, what
Right.
am I doing?
Right.
It's
And
either
so
snoozing, scrolling,
mhm,
or just sometimes I stare off into space, which is good because being with the silence is okay too. And
right.
sometimes you
Yeah.
need that, but it's like I need to be more productive.
Well,
Yeah.
what if you like put like enforce like a no phone until like after your workout? Like, you don't think you could do it, Mel?
You're talking to me?
Well, both of
She's talking
you,
to both of us.
Oh,
but you made I'm talking to both of you, but you made like eyeballs, like, oh my God, don't ask me to do
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, because how am I supposed to make make my little.
You record it on your phone. So you can record it on your phone, right? But you're not posting it on social media, and therefore you're
Until
not getting sucked in
Yeah,
to the
true.
vortex of social
True.
media.
Until after your workout.
So like,
Well,
you know, you don't check your messages, you don't check your email. If you pick
Mm.
up your phone, maybe it
Mhm.
is to take a quick video or picture of your energize or you journaling or something, but you're not getting sucked in
hmm
to
Mhm.
the electronic itself because you save time for yourself. And then whenever you roll into the office, and when you have a minute, then you take those resources and you post them out there on social media.
hmm
Right. Well, and that would, for me, because I do have so much time, if I took the first hour from 5 to 6 and actually did my reading and journaling, you know, that would be perfect. And then from 6 to 6:30, I can do my workout. And then I have from 6:30 to 7, basically I could, you know, have my breakfast and do my social media posting. And then from 7 to 8, I have time. If I want to scroll before I start working, then I can do that. But do you think that that ever happens? No, it doesn't, because I'm stuck in the same routine that I'm in right now.
Well, then we need to break this. We need to break you, Melanie.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Like I said earlier, not everybody is a morning routine, and sometimes
Right.
that morning routine doesn't serve you. A lot of people, when you say, "Oh, I'm going to get up and journal," they don't know what the heck that means,
Right.
right?
Right.
When you say, "I'm going to sit down and read," you know, our listeners could be thinking, what is she? Is she reading a crime book? Is she reading, like, they don't know, right?
Right.
And so,
Right.
you know, I think what we're talking about is personal development books, but at the same time, you know, maybe that's not the best time for you to read because
hmm
maybe it allows you to sit too much. And then you're like, okay, I want to sit a little bit more. And then you grab for your phone. Whereas if you got up, you know, you let the dog out, you go and do the bathroom stuff, you wash your face, brush your teeth, and then by the time Coop comes in, you can drink your Energize and you're already up. It's not like you're getting up
hmm
and then sitting back down,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
That's how I usually do my energizes. I sit, you know, I drink, I make it and I sit on the couch because I like to sip it and enjoy it like it's coffee.
I chug it.
Oh, girl, I pound that shit right in the
I
kitchen,
chug
and
it.
then by the time I'm done with my page and my journal, my face is like ready to come off. It's like
Maybe
I
that's what
gotta
I
get
need to
going.
do then.
Chug it.
Is just chug it.
When I chug my pre-workout, I don't start to feel the benefits until like when the workout's like almost over. And then at that point it's like I needed you like 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, like I feel that a lot, that it doesn't, you know, really kick in until after the fact.
I think mine's more potent. I don't know.
I don't know
Mm-mm.
where you're getting your
And
strength, but
I'm only doing
I'd
one
like to have
scoop.
some.
Mm-mm. I do too. Two heaping.
I use
So it's
about 3.
probably like 3. And I
Yeah.
just mix it with
You know what
enough
though? You
water
know what
to
though?
like do a shot, really.
Maybe I did go on a brief hiatus, like where I wasn't drinking at all, probably for like a good maybe almost month. I didn't drink it. And then I kind of brought it back in. So maybe I, got it out of my system and then started it back. Because usually I would say the tingles weren't as intense
Mhm.
before.
And if you
But
don't,
then I also got a new container, so it could be, could be stronger. I don't know.
I like it when the
and if,
tingles are intense.
That's what she said.
that is what she said. And I was going to say, for those of you out there that don't know, we all drink the same pre-work
We all drink the same
Energize.
Kool-Aid.
So somebody's going to reference it to my pre-workout. Somebody's going to say Energize, and what we all mean is Energize.
Yeah.
So it's
The best thing
and it's
since
amazing.
sliced bread. I mean, and I don't really get that saying, but it's the best thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like a rest day. It's really helped me cut down on like, even though it's caffeine, it's helped me cut down in my
Coffee.
overall caffeine intake, cut down on
Mhm.
coffee, because coffee
Mhm.
always upset my stomach, but I felt like I
Mhm.
needed it just to like function.
Yep.
This gives me like the focus and the, not just in my workouts, but even like at work.
Yeah.
And I actually, when I go into the office, I always carry a pack with me in case I get like that 2:30, 3 o'clock slump.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah,
And I'll
absolutely.
do like one packet.
Mhm.
And
Do
it
you do
like
it
gets me,
dry or wet?
well,
Shoot.
I do it dry, so I'll
You
dry,
raw dogs that.
yeah.
shit.
So I open the packet, I dump it in my mouth, I swish with a little bit of water, and I drink it that way.
Yeah, that's
So,
a technique. I'm very
yeah,
familiar.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it gets you through that afternoon slump.
I hear you. I hear you. But I've been drinking a lot of, I've been drinking so much coffee lately. But like here, she's been here, the past few days, and I've been making her energized because she couldn't handle coffee this weekend. And so, but she's like, but I could drink some energized. And so I made it for her. And she's like, oh, you just make the best. Mine never tastes like this. So, you know, it's good stuff. It's really
Yeah.
good stuff. And so I mean, it can work all day long.
Yep.
It's not a paid advertisement for it.
It's not. But
we're-
but
we
if
really
you
love
But
it.
if they want to sponsor us,
yeah, but if you need the hookup, I mean,
Yeah, we can all hook you
we
up
can
with
hook
that
you
shit.
up. Yeah.
It's like what is that? Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on
put
everything.
that shit on everything.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could
I know
sprinkle
this
it. You
is
could sprinkle it. Sprinkle that shit on everything.
I know this isn't on the topic, but you said Frank's hot sauce, and so I made, for the first time ever, I made chicken wings on the grill. I've never done them on
Ooh.
the grill before.
Yum.
Oh my God, they were so good. We had salmon with like Cajun salmon, and then chicken wings for dinner.
Mm.
It was so good.
Oh, I won't tell you what
I had a buffalo chicken pizza with stuffed crust.
I had pizza too.
I told you when I'm
Oh,
off the rails, the rails are destroyed.
insanity. Yeah.
So Andrea, is there anything that we can help you with to get the rails back on? Because
I think for me, I think just for me in the mornings is like you said, just kind of like throwing that stuff to the side. And you know what? I have a little profile on my phone that I can just tap it and it'll silence all that other BS. And you know, I think I might just, when I wake up, see, my thing is like I wake up and I just instantly go through everything. I have to clear the notifications because I
Mhm.
can't stand the notifications
turn them
and
off.
I can't turn them off.
Why?
No, like the little numbers.
You can turn them off.
I know, but then I'll never know if I got a message.
No, but I mean, you can turn them off before you go to bed and then go in
Oh,
and turn them back on in the morning whenever it's phone time.
well, my phone time is my alarm too, so that's the main problem. So I think I just need to get an alarm clock.
There's no notification for your alarm, though.
That's when she sees all the
There's
other.
no badge number. But that's what I'm saying. If you turn it off at the night before, then you won't see it
Yeah, that's true.
until you turn it off.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
that's
Problem solved.
I'm cured.
You're cured. Mm.
Well, like, there are other things in the morning that I would like to have as a routine. Like, I would like to incorporate, the reading and the journaling. I would like to incorporate that. I would like to be able to sit and enjoy a cup of coffee rather than just bringing it straight to my desk and then I get my day started. So there's just other things like I don't have a porch yet in my backyard, so I'm waiting on the husband to do that, after chemo and all that stuff. And so I would like to be able to sit outside and like, especially in the spring and fall mornings, summer mornings. That's what I want. I want to have kind of routine. Can't do that yet. I can visualize it, but I can't do it yet. That's what I want to be able to do. What about you? What do you visualize your mornings to be, Jen?
I I love mornings, but I like it little bits at a time.
Nice.
And so I like to wake up. I like to go to the bathroom. I like to, wash my face, brush my teeth, all that kind of stuff, put on my workout clothes, come downstairs, do my pre-workout, usually do a dance, record it, not post it.
Right.
And then sometimes I feel like journaling, and then sometimes I don't, because sometimes I feel like if I sit down and journal, it's going to be like a bitch fest, or I'm
Right.
going to sit down and be like, usually when I journal, it's because I feel like I have to work through stuff. And if I'm like, okay, it's like, I'm not going to write down, just sit down and like stare at a blank page. Right.
Right.
But I like to wake up. I like to drink my pre-workout. I like to, sometimes I'll check into my online wellness community, but then usually I go straight out into the garage. Like I'm like, the motions are slow, but I do what I have to do. And then afterwards, if I didn't check into my community, I like to check into my community. I'll then like post my socials while I'm like cooling down. Because if I go and take a shower, as soon as I'm done working out, I'm like a sticky hot mess.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's just disgusting everywhere. It's like I need a shower from my shower.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
So, and then get my makeup on, make my bed, all of that kind of stuff. And then in my dream world, where I don't work and I'm a, full-time wellness coach, then, sit down on my at my computer, check in with my clients, check in with my business partners, find new clients, and like work like 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's what I would love to do as well.
Yeah.
4 to 5 hours. That's all I want to work a day.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to get up so early. You could do your workout later.
You can wake up whenever like your body, I don't know. I would still probably have an alarm though, because I have kids and I have to get them places, but
yeah.
And I find that if I sleep too late, it throws
Nothing
my
gets
whole
done.
it throws my whole day off, and I don't you would think that you would feel more refreshed. And for me, I feel a little groggy, like I have a hangover. And so I still need an alarm. I'm weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
So, so I've got to make some changes for me.
Mm-hmm.
Really glad that we had this discussion about routine, because it just makes me want to change. It makes me want to make my mornings better, because I'm not unhappy at all with the way my daily schedule is. I'm not unhappy with it all. It's just I want to make that time worth waking up for. So, like, I'm either going to sleep or I'm going to wake up and utilize that time, because there for a couple of weeks, I was just going straight back to sleep on the couch, like after Matt went to work, and I would go back to sleep, and then I wouldn't get my workout in.
Right.
So I would have to do it, either on my lunch break or after work, things like that. And even when you work from home, you don't want to work out in the evenings.
No,
not
unless you're an evening workout person. But for me, like, that's the last thing I want to do is change into clothes that I'm gonna get sweaty in and then have to change again. Like, no, when I'm done with work, like the PJs are on.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. So I just want to make my routine a little bit more, user friendly, if you will.
But you don't have to do it all at once.
Yeah.
You just need to do some small, tiny little tweaks here and there. Start small.
Yeah. So that's a first tip. So let's give like a couple tips. So that's the first tip. So don't overthink it. Start small, start with like, even just if it's one thing, like not snoozing, and just get that one established. Mel, do you have a tip?
I would say that, if there is something in particular that you do every single morning, like me, I make my Energize, if that's you making your coffee, just make sure that you stick with it in the same, because that helps you to get other things in a routine as well.
Or if you can tag that onto something else, like that, that be your cue to get some sort of action. Yeah. To take action on something that you don't really want to do.
Yep.
For me, I would probably say, in order to have a successful routine, I do think you need to plan ahead. And so you kind of need to know what your kind of week looks like. And having a routine doesn't necessarily mean that every single day looks the same. It could mean that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it looks the same. Tuesdays and Thursdays look the same. Saturdays and Sundays look the same, right? And so it doesn't mean, it can change. And being okay with that. And or if you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you do your workout in the evenings, but every other day you do it in the morning or in your lunch break or whatever. And that's your routine.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we think of a routine that it has to be the same every single day, and it doesn't.
Right.
And I
You
think
just need
getting
to be
an
consistent in
yeah,
what it is that you want to do in order to accomplish
yeah,
whatever
and
your goal is.
I think getting like an accountability partner also, so there's oftentimes whenever the three of us will text each other whenever we're all working on something that's the same. And I think that's a really great way to stay accountable, or if you're really struggling, then to have somebody piggyback off ideas. And so I'm going to invite everybody to come over to Instagram. Our handle's the Jam Pod, and follow us. And maybe this week, ladies, maybe we show our routines in our stories and we talk about it. Maybe we give some tips, in our feeds. And so come over there, join the conversation. If you have any questions about, how to get into a routine, because sometimes that first step is difficult, but come over there and let us know how it's going for you throughout the week.
Absolutely.
And those are our jam thoughts of the day.
There you go. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Episode 2. Please make sure that you subscribe. We appreciate you so much, and we'll see you next time on The Jam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.